Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is the Scorpio October reading for 2023. So today I meditated over your cards before I started rolling today with this crystal. It's called Labradorite. I thought was appropriate for this particular reading. Super cool, right? It's got like a green and blue striation, almost like a tiger's eye looking thing going on. This specific stone is very good for transformation, psychic divination, scrying, things of that nature. And I thought that was going to be especially helpful for us for this month's reading because we have the harvest moon coming up. And with that harvest moon comes transformation, one of Scorpio's favorite things, right? You're the sign of transformation. So hopefully today we can give you a little bit of insight into the coming month. So we're going to be doing a Celtic cross spread today. This is a general reading, remember, so just take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. Hopefully something does resonate with you today. If it does, please feel free to comment down below, like, subscribe. We try to put out videos every month, certainly, hopefully more. All right. Okie dokie. And after we're done here with this portion of the reading, I will I'll pull out a oracle card from our Halloween oracle deck because I feel like that's appropriate for spooky season. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got here. All right. So I do just uprights. I don't personally read reversals. For me, the cards they are what they are. They'll tell you the whole story all by themselves. So, all right. Looks like you've been in a circumstance recently where you felt a little bit maybe bored. I don't know if maybe, or like you're not happy with the choices you have. Maybe you have some choices, but it's just not really what you want specifically. So at this point, you're kind of crossing your arms and you're saying, this isn't the thing that I'm after. And now I'm kind of just sitting here wondering why I don't have the thing that I want, and looking at maybe some other things and thinking, well, these things are things that, somebody else might want, or that other person has that thing. Maybe I want that, but I don't really have the thing that I want. So that's kind of where you're at. It looks like you're maybe a little bit bored. You might be overindulging a little bit in substances out of boredom. But we'll see a little bit more as we go here. It looks like you've got the Five of Wands, which is crossing you. Five is a card of instability, a card of a fight or some kind of quarrel, if you will, that's not super strong. It's not a battle to the death. It's just more, it's the wands. It's about creativity. It's about emotion. It's conflict that's of a lower scale. Could just be even an internal conflict, but it looks like there's been some commotion, whether in your life or in yourself, that has been creating this dissatisfaction that I'm seeing here. So it looks like you are aware of something coming to an end or coming to a close. Maybe you're not pleased with the outcome of a circumstance that you were a part of, or something that is coming to an end is ending in a way that you're not super happy with, or perhaps you feel like something's been left out or unresolved in the situation. But nevertheless, that situation is coming to an end. The World is a card of completion. It's a card of all things kind of coming together. It's quite a good card, really, and this being your card of your understanding of the situation and the way you see it, that's a positive card. So I don't necessarily see you as a super negative Nancy. I mean, I know these first cards seem a little bit down, but this is more, I think, like, this is just the darkness that you're dealing with in the situation. It's a little dark what you're dealing with, but that you overall understand that this is a completed situation, a cycle that's good. Maybe there's benefit to this ending or this completion that you're involved in. So what you might not be aware of, or the things that might be influencing this from behind, is it looks like it's the Seven of Wands. So you've got some wands happening here, which is just good that we have a lot of that. Actually, I'm noticing there's decent representation in the wands family. So wands are fire, creativity, creative pursuits. doing things that you passion projects, things like that. This Seven of Wands is being in a victorious position, having the high ground in a situation. So you're going to be in a good place to win whatever fight. So like I kind of see the Seven of Wands being like on the top of the Five of Wands. Like, see how like you'd have like this like fight here, and then this guy's like up here, right down, and he's able to kind of like, he's like, well, he's gonna win because he's got the high ground, right? That's how that works. So I think that you have influencing you and influencing this and kind of bringing this together is that you are in a strong position in this situation that you're in. You have a position of power and strength, of commanding energy. You are in a winning position, and you kind of know that. You know that you have the benefit in the circumstance. And yet still there's this feeling of sort of disappointment or not getting the most out of what it is that you want. It looks like there's been some revelation recently. Maybe this is information that you've been given that's making you feel like you don't have, keeping up with the Joneses is kind of getting that right now. That's what I'm getting out of this. It's like all of a sudden that just came to my mind, keeping up with the Joneses. So maybe you've been allowing your vision of where you stand, whether in a social situation or a work situation, that you feel like you haven't been in the strong place. You feel like you're not in the nicest house in the neighborhood kind of thing. You've been overanalyzing your situation, and you've been finding yourself wanting, I think. And it's making you feel a little bit like, why don't I have these things that I need? Why don't I have that thing? Why am I not this successful? And you're allowing, maybe somebody got something, maybe a friend got a promotion, maybe somebody bought a new house, or a friend got a Ferrari or something, like that, depending on where you are in life. You might have those kind of friends. I personally don't, at least not right now. So the Ace of Swords is like, I think, a revelatory experience. It's getting a piece of information. Swords are, knowledge. They're your brains. I think it's getting a piece of information that maybe sets you on this path, because this is the recent past. This is the thing that kind of happened and is leaving the situation, the influence that's leaving the situation. So to me, this seems like you got some information about something. Could be a person, could be a situation that was coming to a completion, and that you are feeling like you're just not adequate. It made you feel less adequate. But you are not less adequate. Like, you are you are here, you have the high ground. You are a person of intellectual strength, creative strength, who could be spiritual strength. You bring a lot to the table. You're not somebody who's not up there with the rest of the best, right? So the end of this King of Wands, this is coming into your influence. This is great, because the King of Wands, and actually this has shown up in all the readings so far today, which I think is very interesting. The King of Wands, lots of wands. This is showing owning yourself, owning the situation, being in control of your emotions, being in control of your passion project, and saying, this is mine, this is what I do, and I am happy with this. I am happy with what I'm doing. So I think that you allowing yourself to let go of that fear of not being good enough in this situation, or fear of missing out in a circumstance, allowing yourself to let that go and just see it all as being what it's meant to be, playing out the way it's supposed to play out, the way that it's intended, the fates, the way that they want it to go, and just knowing that it's good, so long as you're putting your best foot forward, so long as you are accepting that this is you in the situation. You're here, you're up here, you're not in here. You are above that, and you know that. So if you can really accept that, I think you're going to feel way more grounded and just way more in charge of your situation. So moving on to this side of things, for me, the way that I look at the Celtic crossbred, you've got your more material, manifested area of things. This is more how everything plays out in the physical plane. And then you move over here, these cards to me are more like the fates. They're more like the outside influences that could be kind of in putting their tentacles into this situation to manipulate the way it's going to play out, no matter what you do, kind of, one of those things. So taking a look over here, we've got starting with the moon. So you see yourself as on a journey. This is a journey of darkness. And it could be a dark journey of the soul. It could be that you feel like you're going through a moment where you're not your best psychologically. You feel like this is a time where I don't feel great. I feel like there are dark things ahead, right? Like you're walking down this path and there's spooky things that lurk in the shadows, and you're not sure if the moonlight is going to give you enough of that guiding illumination to really show you what you need. And I think that you're seeing yourself negatively sort of in this situation. You're seeing yourself as this situation is a little dark, a little bleak. But you do have a lot of support. This, to me, I'm seeing that you have a good amount of emotional support in this situation. You have friends, family, the cups are a card of emotion. So maybe a new person even that's come into your life, that's just offering you this fresh perspective maybe on the situation, or offering you, it could even be this person. I mean, I don't know if maybe this person's just maybe you're jealous. I mean, sometimes you just got to accept that we all have faults, and maybe you're feeling a little bit of envy over somebody's success, and somebody who might actually be a decent and helpful in the situation. They might not be thinking poorly of you. They might be a helpful ally. Sometimes people that are, if someone's super successful and doing really well, maybe it's better to be their friend than to be their enemy, right? So it seems like you have a lot of emotional support in that. You have a lot of people who tell you you're great. You have a lot of people that tell you how wonderful you are, how much you bring to the table, that are there to tell you that it's okay to fall back on emotionally. You have that in your corner. So even though this is you're in a place of unsteadiness, maybe emotionally, or even maybe just your personal life is just not super steady right now, and you feel like you're just a little uncertain, and you're not getting married. Why am I not married with the kid? Why don't I have that thing that I'm seeing my friends on Instagram with this perfect life? Like, why don't I have that? Why don't I look like her? Why haven't I lost the 100 pounds or whatever? You might just be feeling a lot of that right now, and you may be trying to do your own thing too. Or just feeling overwhelmed by starting it and it never really getting anywhere. This Four of Cups here, going back over here for a second if we can. This is somebody who is not pleased with their situation, but they have plenty of opportunity, plenty of option based on what you see here by the offering being brought down by God, right? The offering from a divine, if you will, up here. They're offering you this cup. You're just choosing not to see it. You're allowing yourself to be kind of like in your own. You're going to just allow yourself to feel your own feelings, and you want to be given that grace. And sometimes we need that. Sometimes that's just the way things are. So moving through here, you also see the Six of Cups. This is going to be hopes and fears. So the Six of Cups is a card of old friends coming back. Sometimes it's a card of old memories. It could be that you have these preconceived notions of what is and is not acceptable, or is and is not success based on how you were raised. Maybe you have memories of failures as a younger person, or memories of just past things that haven't gone the way you wanted them to, or memories of growing up and not having a swimming pool and your friends had swimming pools, or something like that, just that are giving you this problem, that are plaguing you, or you're just trying to avoid feelings that have given you made you feel, situations that have made you feel worse in the past about yourself. I think that this really is giving me that vibe for that's what I'm picking up overall, is you are feeling some level of, I wish I had what this other person has and I don't have it. And I have tried these things before, and I want something. I've wanted it for a long time and I still don't have it. And these are just old feelings. These are old reflections or echoes of old issues you've had. That's what I'm getting out of this Six of Cups. I'm not seeing this as a person coming back into your life. I mean, it could be messages from somebody from your past. I mean, it doesn't, the place it's sitting in here is your hopes and fears. So, I mean, maybe you're hoping somebody from your past will come back into your life and fix this situation. That's certainly a possibility that might be you if that resonates with you. Or it could be that these different cups are just different memories that you are allowing yourself to inform your feelings about this situation. That and for good or ill, right? I'm not sure that it's necessarily for your betterment. Cups are 6 is an even card, so it's a stable card, you know. But it does seem a little bit to me like this is you allowing your memories to inform this. So the 8 of Cups, which we have after that, this is allowing you to leave those cups, these 6 of Cups behind. I mean, I think it's pretty fortuitous that these two came back to back, because the 8 of Cups is saying, look, I'm gonna say no to those old cups. They don't have what I need. They're not giving me the outcome I desire. And I don't feel like I'm the person I want to be with those things. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to say I don't need to lean on those old thoughts, those old memories. I don't need to own those old experiences and those old feelings that allow me to feel this way about my life. I don't want to go back to this. I want to move forward to this, right? I want to move in the direction of progress and feeling good about myself and good and adequate about my life. And I think that this month you're going to see some situation arise, if you maybe you've already seen it, again, where you're going to get a piece of information that's going to make you feel some way about somebody or somebody's situation in a way that's like, I don't have that. Why don't I have that? I want that. But you are better than that. And you know that. And so this is just saying, own it, see your feelings, maybe take time to try and like pinpoint those memories that are making you feel like that, and then let them go, toss them out the window, right? And move on. So I hope that resonated with you. I'm going to go ahead and do one of these oracle cards from the Halloween deck. You know, it was a little bit, it's a deeper read. This was a little complicated, this one, I think, but it seems like you're doing some internal work, you know, right? A dark journey of the soul with this moon card here. That's moving forward in your life, making changes, being willing to look at the shadow side of yourself to get to the light side of yourself, which is what we have to do, right? There is no light without dark, as they say. So today we've got joy, rejoicing in the present. That's what I have picked from the Halloween Oracle deck. Now, I don't have these ones memorized, unfortunately, but I can go ahead and read you a little bit about what this says in here. I mean, I think joy is pretty self-explanatory, but I have a feeling it's about living in the moment. But let's see what they have to say. Right here we've got, it is time to find the joy in the moment and find that joy more often. Should this card come up in your divination, it heralds the arrival of more happiness, profound joy into your life. It is a good omen. So, I mean, lovely that this is what we have to inform this, because it did feel a little bit like a darker reading, not in a negative way, like it's turned out badly. I actually think it is really nice and very progressive, and it moves very much so in a forward direction, and it feels like you're doing some real work. But this to me says it's good. It's good work. So let the light shine through. Don't get bogged down by the dark journey. Don't allow the moonlight don't allow the darkness of the night to overtake your joy, right? Remember that there is the moon, the full moon, as a matter of fact, coming up at the end of the month. So you have that lighting your way. It's not a complete darkness that you're walking through. So own your feelings. Allow more things to give you pleasure and joy, like it says here, and actively seek pleasure. Build more of the things that give you personal joy and laughter in your life. After all, we build in appointments for the dentist. Why not for our own pleasure? So really do give yourself some grace this month. Allow yourself to bask in your own glory. See yourself for the beautiful, wonderful person that you are, and try and experience your life through the eyes of success and the eyes of accomplishment, because you are worth that. So thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. In the description box below, if you're interested, we're going to have the information about the decks that we use today, as well as a little bit more information about the crystal. And we do personal readings, so if you're interested in that information is below as well. So thank you so much. See you next time.